In the East Kentucky region, coal is king, or at least at one time it was anyway. Mines come in, mines go out. Jobs come in, jobs go out. It's just something that we, the people of East Kentucky, have lived with for years. And so, today, we're going to be building on the end of the Norfolk Southern branch line, the coal mine. The only thing that is running on this line, and the only thing that is keeping it active. And so, let's go ahead and detail that up some today. Welcome back to the Conway. This episode is brought to you by our Patreons. Without them and their support, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we do. So if you want to become a Patreon today and possibly become a beta tester for any and all of our things, then check out the link in the description below. Everything goes towards the channel and it helps out a lot. Thank you to Craig Bishop, David Holland, and CJ. Thank you for being valued members. Welcome to episode 11 of the Conway. Today we are working on the Norfolk Southern branch line, as I stated in the beginning of the video anyway. Now, we are back to where we first built this on a live stream. Well, I feel that on the live stream I kind of rushed it. And with coal mines, they're not usually in like a big hole, just in a big, like it's all flat. There's usually some ground coverage with that as well. And so I wanted to create that kind of a scene. Say the top of the hill here, I envisioned that would be where the coal trucks coming from either, say, a deep mine or a strip job, however, coming into the mine to offload their product, that would be like a wash plant sitting up top of the mountain. It would be washed and made to the certain grade that the buyer needs. And so, from there, it would get sorted out into coal stacks, or coal piles. Each one having a different meaning as to what it does. You have one for good coal, good that's ready to go out, it's ready to be shipped, good to go. You have some for high sulfur coal, and then you have another one for just that stuff that's just pure junk. Stuff that won't burn, it won't burn as well. Stuff that they could sell to locals for fire, for, you know, like for people who still use coal-fired coal stoves for heat and stuff like that in the winter. So that's what I wanted to kind of go through here. Say the first one, that is the good coal. Then you got the second one, which would be high sulfur, and the third one, which is just junk. And so we kind of made this whole scene collaborate here. And so we also, with coal mines, you have these buildings that take care of all the equipment. My father-in-law actually, he actually does this for a living. He's one of the main mechanics, and he's been doing his job for years now. And my father, he worked in the coal mines as well. I fortunately have never had to go into the coal mining business. I do have family that still works for the coal mines, and again, like what I said in the intro, coal mines go in, coal mines go out. Well, all depending on what is going on with that singular mine, there could be a lot of things at play. Like, for example, as of recent of recording this video, a mine that's near to us, or a mining company rather, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and everything just ceased, and all their miners were upset. I mean, obviously, they'd be upset. They just lost their job. However, the mine was still loading trains with a select few of workers still working for them. And so they started a strike, and they were striking for their fellow people, and they weren't allowing trains to leave the coal mine. They were literally just standing on the tracks, waiting and waiting and waiting. And I do believe that that whole thing has come to an end now, but that happened as of recent anyway. If anybody is in the local area that they know what I'm talking about, then they've seen it on the news and stuff like that, and that's basically what's been happening. Well, this coal mine, however, in our world, it's okay. It's not going through any issues. It has its own workers and stuff like that. It has its own other mines that mine out the coal. This place is basically just a giant prep plant. It preps the coal. It preps the coal and gets it ready for shipment, either via train or truck. And so that's why we have the 3 sorter stacks, because that's what it basically does. And now that I'm done ranting about what the mine does, let's get back to the actual build. So, in conclusion to our previous build, which is just right behind the camera at the current moment, I wanted to bring this place more to life as well, because the original, if you guys saw it before, I started deleting everything, it just did not fit. It didn't look right, it didn't fit. I didn't like it. And so I wanted to redo it. I've actually done that with a lot of places on the Conway, but with my current palette that I have found, everything is starting to come out beautifully. And if anybody has seen my recent screenshots, then you know, it just looks so well. I love how it's coming out, and I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm not trying to sound like I'm tooting my own horn or anything like that, but I really love the visuals that I'm getting with this route. And I really love how everything is playing out in how it looks. And that's just something that has always been in my mind, just trying to make things look as realistic as possible, even if it's not real. Like, none of the Conway is real. It's based off reality. It's based off my job. It's based off of coal mining in eastern Kentucky. It's based off the mountains of which I've lived in. The Conway is basically me. So when you are driving on this train, you're driving on what is my life. Coal mines, mountains, back roads, and whiskey barrels. But with the coal mines and everything like that, like, everything just comes into play with these mountains, and you actually have something other than what the main objective is. You can drive Norfolk Southern here, which technically it's ran by Conway crews because it's on its own. The line that it's on is owned by the Conway, but it still services Norfolk Southern because it comes out of the Winchester yard that you guys saw us build in the previous stream. And with that being said, the city of Winchester, I'm going to be doing it in all but, it's going to be nothing but streams. So, we may have a few more streams up there while we're detailing that area. But episode-wise, with the Conway guys, I want to say there's maybe 3 episodes left. And that's including the release episode. So, we got 2 more build episodes to go. And there's nothing major, like, basically just some redoing of things like this. And then we have the release video. So, yeah, everything's coming out really well. To the Patreons, Craig Bishop and David Holland, they are the 2 that's in the $15 tier. They will be getting the route when it goes into beta. I want to say sometime mid-September. And then it will be for an October 1st to November 1st release. I want to make sure that everything is good to go with the route. There's no bugs or anything. So it's going to go through maybe a month and a half at most for beta testing and doing some small fixes. And then it's out to you guys. And with the Conway, some other things will be coming with the release, such with some the back shop items that I've used on the route. Chance is working with Logan, and if those 2 can greenlight a few of the objects that I've used, which are kind of pre-release. I didn't know they were pre-released. I thought they were released, but apparently they're not. We might have a release for their objects on their website. Not on my website, but on the back shops. when the route comes out. So that'd be pretty cool. And Chance is also working on another thing, but I don't want to go into more detail with that just yet because that's a special surprise. And so I'm sorry that I can't go into detail with that. It's just, you know, we got to keep that under wraps for right now. So I just let that burn at the back of your all's mind. So moving on, I wanted to make the track from the mine to where, like, at the end of the spur, or where the end of the line is nowadays anyway. I wanted it to feel a little bit more overgrown because weed sprayers don't come up through here. It's all owned and governed by the mine. And so we're just basically doing a lot of tree planting and a lot of bush planting, a lot of spline planting. Yeah, but and now we're working up to the end of the spur, and again, I just wanted to make it look a lot more dead. The track that is more grayish, more used looking, that's where most of the cars usually stay. The track that looks rough and disgusting, that really is only used to turn around locomotives. And locomotives tread really lightly on tracks like that, believe me. Because these mine-owned tracks, they're all jointed rail track. Maybe 50-pound jointed rail track. Like, they're not heavy. 50 to 150 pound. I might be really off, but they're really small bits and pieces of track. They've just been laid together by coal mines, just so trains could reach them to get the loads of coal out. And this has been the norm for years. And I wanted to make this look like that this branch line went on. Like, it went on to different places, to different mines. Just like a little bit further up where the hobo and the caboose is. I wanted to have that feel here too. That this has history to it. There was more than what meets the eye. And so the track does continue on into the trees, but I don't recommend going up there, and besides I put one of them derailers right there that you can't really switch. So if you hit that derailer, then you know you went a little bit too far. But there's enough room to turn around your locomotives, and I wanted to put just enough scenery up here to make it look like you're literally in the middle of nowhere. And there's just so much more at play. There was so much more at play anyway, in the years leading up to what it is today. And sorry for that right there. I literally went into a different mode just to take a screenshot. And I think some of you may have seen the screenshot either in my Discord or Approach Mediums or the back shops. I post screenshots there and here and there and throughout the Discords, and I post them on the Joined Rail Gallery on Facebook. I've posted a couple of things. The last picture that I posted on there as of this video was a picture of Chance's route, and we're going to get further into that later on. And if I didn't make it clear, that there's a big white sign that just tells you to stop. Don't go any further, because you'll reach the end of the line and the end of the map, because there's no real use in going any further. There's nothing up there. Nothing that the tracks go to anyway. The tracks need to go to anyway. Because the only mine that is open is the mine that we're here. And that's a sad reality, because a lot of the things that have been going on in the real world is that coal mines are dying. No, and they won't completely die off, because they can't fully replace coal. They can replace coal-fired power plants, but there's other things and uses of coal that they still need. Steel mills, for example. You can't get things hot enough to get the iron ore hot enough without coal. And especially high sulfur coal. And so that's why, coal mines like such as this one separate things. And because of all the power plants switching over to non-coal fired and other things, I mean, yes, it is helping our environment, and that's a good thing. But at the same time, it's killing jobs in many rural places, especially like this. Like I said, this branch line may have went further on, maybe 20, 30 miles of more backwoods mountain railroading, just to get that black gold. But nowadays, we have longer trains, less trains though, but longer trains. And yeah, I kind of cheated here by getting a whole bunch of cars. For some reason I felt a little bit rushed in this part anyway, because I was just trying to fill up the parking lot. These are all the workers' cars, so I just went and stole workers' cars from another one of the industries along the Conway. And but it does look good where I spread them out, you know, they don't look all the same. And this is going to be changed back. I put this truck down because I was trying for heck and ever to find this trailer that was an open back hopper trailer. I knew I have it, and I now know I have it, and I've actually went and replaced it since this video was recorded. But as you can see, I'm sitting here scrolling trying to find this trailer, and I can't find that trailer. It took me forever, so I replaced it with a smaller truck for now, but I have found the trailer that I was used for, and I replaced it back. So see, here's what I replaced it with. These are just coal trucks that are coming in and out. These are the guys that are bringing in the rough coal, and some of them are taking coal back out to other places that they sell to. So that's really what I really wanted to go for in this type of situation, just making this place look like it's alive, it is operating, it is doing something. It's loading trains whenever you send a train up, and that's the fun part about it. But now we're going into cinematics. The cinematics are kind of long in this one because I wanted to really get out a lot of the different views and different points of our current build today. So I hope you enjoy the cinematics. I'm going to let the music turn up a little bit, and we'll see you at the end of the video. Thanks for watching. you guys enjoyed that video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure to check out our Patreon with the link in the description below. And if you want to see more, here is a previous video, and here is a previous stream. And as always, my friends, I will see you on down the line. Bye-bye!